Hello my dear students, welcome for the online classes. Today we will start with the same lesson of geography, land, soil, water, natural vegetation and wildlife resources. I have completed land resources and soil resources. Today we will continue with the water resources. Water is a vital renewable natural resource. 3/4 of the earth's surface is covered with water. It is therefore appropriately called the water planet. It was in the primitive oceans that life began almost 3 billion years back. Even today, the oceans cover 2/3 of the earth's surface and supports a rich variety of plant and animal life. Water is one of the most important natural resources as the existence of the life depend on it. About 71% of the total earth surface is covered with water. 97% of these water exist in oceans and seas and is saline, making it unfit for drinking and agriculture. The remaining 3% is fresh water, out of which 2% exist in frozen form as glaciers and ice caps. And thus children, only 1% of the water is available for human consumption. And again this 1% is found as the groundwater, surface water in rivers and lakes and as water vapor in the atmosphere. The total volume of the water on the earth's surface remains constant. This is because water from the oceans and the other water bodies get recycled through evaporation, condensation, precipitation by the process called water cycle. Hydrological cycle or water cycle refers to the continuous movement of the water between hydrosphere, atmosphere and lithosphere, in which the water changes its physical state. However, the total amount of the water on the earth's surface remains the same. Now let us see about the availability of the water, where we use the water, where is water necessary, where water is available. We use water for drinking, washing, agriculture, industry, construction and electricity generation. Children, water resources are not distributed evenly on the earth's surface. Now, the quantity of the available water also varies from region to region and also from season to season. Now, with the growing population, the demand for the water is also rapidly increasing for growing crops, rapid urbanization and for satisfying the individual needs. As the population increases, the demand for the resources also increases. Many countries of the world like Africa, Western USA, parts of the South America, West Asia and Australia are already facing the shortage of fresh water, and many more are likely to face these problems in the future. Because children, the population, water population is also increasing day by day with the increasing population. Thus, there are many reasons for the scarcity of the problem. Even though the water is available us in abundance, but still water resources are scarce. We face the scarcity of water. And what are the reasons for this? The scarcity of the water may be due to the inadequate rainfall or over consumption. The high cost of the supplying drinking water in the dry areas is also the cause of water shortage in some areas. Now let us see about the water resources in India. India is predominantly an agricultural based country and needs water to irrigate the farms. As our India is an agricultural country, water is the very basic requirement for the farmers. The water resources includes rivers, monsoons, rain and groundwater. Farmers depend on these factors for the agriculture. The rivers are fed by monsoon rain and are many in number, but the water resources in the country are unevenly distributed. In some areas, there is insufficiency of the water, because of which the women and the children have to travel long distances to get the fresh water for their daily needs. And on the other hand, some regions get flooded with water, causing the difficulty to the people. And this proves that the distribution of the water is uneven. Now children, what can we do for the water management? Good water management is therefore required to provide the water to all the states for agriculture and domestic needs. Now since the rivers pass through the number of the states, all the states need to coordinate in order to effectively manage the water resources. It is the responsibility of the state government to make the proper use of the water resources which are available to them and make the maximum and the proper use for the availability of the human needs. We need adequate, standard and timely supply of water to produce more food to feed our rapidly growing population. This can be done by developing an irrigation system by the means of canals, tube wells, tanks and wells. These are the sources through which the water can be properly utilized. Now children, as water is one of the most important natural resource and very important for the existence of life on the earth, we have to use water properly and we have to save our water resources. So there should be proper utilization of the water resources. Now as the water resources are very important, we have to conserve our water resources. Let us see how can we do the conservation of water resources. Now due to the scarcity of the fresh water, there is a need to conserve this precious resource and improve its quality. We can achieve this by not wasting the water and using it in a planned manner. The first thing which we can do is wastewater should be reused and stored for the use in the dry seasons. Second one, water must be diverted from the surplus region to the regions having a shortfall. There are various means through which we can transfer the water to the other region by building the canals and all. Then rainwater harvesting, everyone is aware of the rainwater harvesting, in which the rainwater is collected and stored for the use in the dry seasons, and this should be done to save the water. Then the another way is the sprinkler. Sprinkler should be used to irrigate the field as they use less water. Then canals running through the fields should be properly lined to prevent the water from seeping. There should not be any wastage of water. Then drip or trickle irrigation, drip irrigation we say, should be done to use the dry regions to save the water. Then the forest cover should be increased to retain and improve the level of groundwater. Now we have to cover the forest. Forest should cover. Okay, so we have to plant more and more trees. Then contamination of the water bodies due to the human activities should be checked, and this can be done by treating the industrial and the domestic waste before releasing them into the water bodies. So we have to stop the water pollution. The water pollution should be stopped. Then more trees should be planted as they help in retaining the water, reducing the surface runoff and recharging the groundwater table. So children, this is about the conservation of the water resources. So children, today we have studied about the water as a resource, how important it is, the availability of the water resources, the problems of the water scarcity, and how to conserve the water resources. Thank you.